So we got some content for you guys. That's a freaking skunk.
Should I open the door? No.
Yeah, you.
He's fucking about to shop. He's going the wrong way.
That is the wrong way, man. It's a hole. Another day, and we got. This thing's almost done. We're waiting for a couple parts today. And then we're working on the 200 here now. We got the front pin. We got it hit out yesterday night. So that one's out. And then today, I also got it cleaned out this morning. There was a lot of crap in here. Those two hoses are gonna get changed since the engine's out. And I think one of the antifreeze lines, well, the stuff's out of the way. But other than that, we have everything else to put it back together. Well, Gerhard and Ferdy need the payloader. So we're gonna get this lifted up and go from there. We got the front end sitting on jack stands, and we'll try to get this lifted enough so we can at least do the bushings.
Where's that bushing?
So that is the new bushing that Christoph took away without us being able to show it.
Show it.
There we go. Look at that. That's fiberglass right there. That's basically what it is. We had a Sawzall out this one right here. We didn't show it because, you know, we're not in the most safe conditions, and someone was.
But you're still showing it.
Yeah. Well, we got a jack stand under it. We were under there a lot worse earlier. We were fully underneath the front end. The other side, that bushing was non-existent anymore. We actually slapped a new one in without having to do anything. That's
give me that 2x4.
2x4. This is
That's it. 2x8.
10-inch. 2x10. That's sawed up.
This is far away from a 2x4.
I know.
It's closer now.
You're a little closer to a 2x6.
It's like an 8x7.
So we're beating that in there. And then we'll put
Oh, blaster.
spit on it, man.
She don't want to be dry.
No. Should apply it.
Sideways. Where's the
Hear
start
that?
camera?
That's how he likes it.
That was on camera.
Yeah, the back one we beat in without having to do anything. So it shows you that why we had all the slop I was showing earlier. And we'll go from there. We got a new pin because the old one had a little bit of wear in it since it had no bushing anymore on the one side. And that'll fix this problem. We got the front end sitting on the jack again. Still gotta put the pin in now, and then right here, the front ones. Front of the pin and the back both get a washer. Looks like its own fiberglass bush spacer, and then another washer. And then I have right here on the side, for the back. The back gets the same thing, washer, fiberglass bushing thing, washer. I think they just put the washers on the side, that way it doesn't have all the wearing right on that fiberglass spacer, bushing, whatever you want to call it. So now we got to get this thing kind of leveled and start beating that pin in. On the engine here, got to get the oil pan on there, but put a new rear main seal in while it's off, and then I have the new dampener. The kids were playing, so they had like a racetrack here with wood, but it got cleaned up right now. So this is the new new dampener. These springs do not move, no matter what you try to do. And then I will show you the old one. It's right here. You can see those springs are getting worn off. So that might be why we hear a little bit of rattling in it when it's running. Christoph's working on that. He had to go get some stuff, and he's switching it over to snap, putting some knives in for underneath to cut leaves and stuff. Henry here has Christoph's phone, but he's doing busy monitoring job, right? You're supervising, Henry? Are you supervising today?
Yeah.
Waiting for Daddy to come back? Yeah, so parts will be here tomorrow. We ended up calling. I'm getting this done now using the crate, the second lift. I got it loose right now. I had to pick it up, and shimmy the front axle over a little bit. Use this bar, slide it over. And then Chris was also getting one of the steer hoses had a couple rub spots, so we're changing it. The other one is sitting right there. That one I literally couldn't find something bad with it, so I'm not going to replace it because, you know, it's just, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not going to change it. But the other one had a couple rub spots, so I'm going to put these bushings in now. And I don't know how well the camera's picking that up, but I put one in. Now I gotta grab that. That's real. I just cleaned that. Put I think it's fiberglass kind of material, and the other one in, and then I'll hit that pin in. I already stuck it in once with nothing in there to make sure that pin would actually go through the bushings that we just put in before we're seeing if it's binding on us. So we got that good, and now just figuring this out. I got a bar over here that's in there twisting this axle straight. I got this clamp right here holding the bar, air jack holding the front end up. It's nowhere you stick your fingers, because if something goes, it chops your finger off trying to feel stuff lined up, but we're getting somewhere. So just not recording because I'm by myself doing it, but we're getting there. And then I got to put the oil pan on that. I did do the rear main seal. I don't know if I recorded that. I just got that done. And yeah, the engine is ready to put back in after. We got all new motor mounts. Alrighty, with a bunch more messing around and prying and lifting with this, this side, I got my finger, like I said earlier, you shouldn't do that, but I could feel it. This side was lined up. I thought this side was square, and when I tried tapping it in, it would not go. But it must have, the end is a little rounded to kind of start the hole. Had that stuff tapped, hopefully it was in, hoping it was in. Then I was using this to lift it up. This side was holding magically, and we were able to straighten it. And now it's just hitting it, and the pin is going in. I think we're hitting on the other side now, but at least that. Now I can take a bar, shimmy it forwards, get these things in on the other side right here. And once this pin's in, I got the front end done. Should take all the play out, we're hoping, because there was no more back bushing. We'll go from there. It's kind of really sucks by yourself, but you know, everybody's busy, so it is what it is. Got that pin in. Christoph came back and he was prying on it to get that leveled up because I couldn't lift it and see with that bar. So we got that sucker all the way in. I got the front mounted, and I can take this off now. And I'll put the new steer hose in that he brought, or both of them, mount that back in there so we don't forget it. The new steer hose, that's what I said, the one. And I'll put the other one in too with it. That gets, because there's this clamp right here that goes right there. So you wouldn't be able to, I don't think you could get that off with the engine in here. Well, the engine, yes, but you'd have to take that center panel off. Mosquito. To get underneath that where the drive shaft is. So I'd rather not. Put that on, I'll put the oil pan on, and we'll throw this bad boy in here. We got 3 new motor mounts. This one was snapped off, and the back 2 were soft as hell, so we'll be good. Got that in, and I don't even think the camera's gonna pick up the play anymore. I mean, there's still a little bit. The housing is a little, one spot on the bottom or top, wherever all the weight was sitting, it got a little bit wore, but I mean, it is what it is. It's not that bad. It's a lot better now. And it should last a while again. Yes, it won't last perfect because it's not a perfect circle, but it was not like egg-shaped crazy, so it's not like it's gonna wear out today or tomorrow. It'll last a long time again. So that's good. And I just gotta I gotta get that jack stand out from under here. because that stopped it from flipping on us, because it almost did. And then I can take the air jack out, and it's back on its own weight.
So we are putting the motor back in.
I forgot the flywheel earlier, so I had to still do that.
Okay, whoa. There we go.
Down?
Yeah, we gotta go behind these hoses.
Yep. Alright, you gotta back up a little bit. Yeah.
No
Oh,
oil
actually,
plug?
you want me to put that in now?
No kidding.
Yeah.
$1,700. I know, no oil plug.
No oil plug.
So everything came with.
It ain't, yeah.
After you can, you gotta pull it your way.
Yep.
My head's right here.
Yep.
Alright, so let that say, keep that off. Okay, we go. Okay, roll it.
Yeah, it's going for that. So.
I'm gonna have to pull them up a little. Marcus, you gotta back up the camera. My side's in. Pick it up. They should pop right on. Marcus attempted to do some recording. I don't know actually what he did, but putting the engine in, as you just saw, took like 2 minutes. That is the nice thing with this thing. It's just all this cluster shit after the fact. Trying to get the center plate, we gotta get that plate, that bolt welded now for that bottom plate, and then put that back in.
And look at that, first thing done.
Don't you feel productive?
I do.
Don't forget the hose clamp.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about it. Anyways, this center, that is the shit show on this. But putting the engine in, it takes about 2 minutes. You got nice motor mounts that just wedge in everywhere, front and back, and done. And now it has a front motor mount again, unlike before. Put a new bracket. No, it
just
didn't.
have no brackets holding it.
That thing was, we started it and you saw this whole engine just twist like an inch something. It was way, should not do that. The dampener's brand new. That thing should be nice and quiet again, because it did have a little bit of rattle, but I guess we never thought about it being the dampener. But it definitely probably was. We just did the oil change February 2nd.
That's fucking a year ago almost.
We're still, I guess, just as wrong, but we did it February, and now it's at 7,500 hours. That's what it was at. Oh, I guess this ain't reading it. That's what it was at when we did the oil change. Now it's at 7,500 something. So we had to do change a filter.
Where's the impact of the
And that'll be good. The impact filter took over there. And then yeah, we'll keep going. So yeah, I don't know if you heard Christoph talking. That oil pan cost us $1,700. Way overpriced. Way overpriced. But we have it here, so we need this tractor done. So it is what it is at this point. But yes, like it should not be $1,700. That is ridiculous. It's a stamped oil pan that has a little extra steel around the top ring. It's no need. Anyways,
Where's the 18?
I gotta put an oil plug in it from our old oil pan, because you pay $1,700 for a brand new oil pan and it doesn't come with the plug for some reason. You must have to pay $2 grand for an oil plug. Apparently. It's ridiculous, honestly. So I gotta slap that oil pan in there. And now that we moved the engine, Christoph, some oil's coming out from above. Some oil from higher up in the engine made itself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it started going loose again. Or started, we must have, because it was angled this way the whole time. So now it's sitting level again. It's coming out. So I don't think I'm going to record too much of putting this together, because we need this thing done. We plan on starting snapless tomorrow, and honestly, this thing's supposed to pull a dump wagon.
Oh, I thought that's going to be on the dump.
The 86, the parts are still coming tomorrow, and they won't be here till around 11, 12 o'clock. That's when they show up at the dealership. Then Getcher has to go up there and get them. So
it's gonna be probably tomorrow.
Afternoon, when that tractor can get done. But other than that, both will be out of the shop around relatively the same time. Hopefully. Tight enough?
But ain't your big 84? Oh.
Well, on this project, pretty pissed, but I can't work on it anymore today. So I got that panel in right here. I got that one all done. I had to weld that bolt up like I showed earlier in the beginning of the video when we were pulling it out. That bolt spun. Got that done. Philip was here, so we put the fan on for him, and then he tightened those bolts up. So that's on. And then I was gonna do that center drive shaft. The problem with the center drive shaft here, processor's going back in for snappage. The U-joint they gave us is not the right one. So these ones are wider than this that they gave us. You can see, no bueno. I'm trying not to get it full of oil. But yeah, they gave us the wrong U-joints. So I literally cannot do any more of this project until I get that in here, because I got to get the drive shaft in here, I got to get this guard on here, get that all bolted, because as soon as I do anything more, which is putting these steel hoses on, I need them movable to get this plate in here. As soon as that's on there, then I can fold all this up, and then that lays everything in place. And actually no, once that's on there, I can put the breather on, then I can lay everything over. That breather has to go on before anything else, and the air filter breather, that. So I literally am stuck. All I could do was that fan, and I had Phil do that. Can't do any exhaust stuff. I got a water hose I got to replace.
This here, you replace this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess I can mess around with that a little bit, but we're doing the processor right now. How do you feel about this, Christoph?
Don't talk to me.
So we got some content for you guys. That's a freaking skunk.
Should I open the door? No.
Yeah, you.
It's fucking about the shop. He's going the wrong way.
That is the wrong way, man.
Go, wait.
Hey, Christoph, go scare it.
Fuck you guys. Piss at it. No.
If that thing pisses in here, these doors are open all night.
Oh, it's going. Okay. Hold that fucking door.
I think we're gonna be setting a trap outside here. Jeez. And that right there is the scare of the night.
Alright, so it's about 6:30. We just got done doing snappage, and I was going to work on this 200 a little bit. We finally figured out what was all wrong with this thing. This shaft right here, technically, that goes right here in the middle of the tractor, from the flywheel to the transmission. We ordered the parts for the 200, but when we got it, it was all way too small. So we called Champlain Valley back and told him shit ain't fitting. And he told me from the serial number that was all the right stuff. So I gave him this number off the drive shaft, and they were able to figure it out that for some reason when this tractor was built, because I don't believe it was ever torn apart because the bolts were still painted in, that it was actually for 255 to 85 Magnum or MX. So they reordered everything for me, next day it here, and now it all fits. So if for some reason whoever put this tractor together took parts from an 255 or 285 MX and put it into this. So I told him, I'm like, that means I can turn it up to 285 too, right? He goes, no, it's different though. So this is the old one, little old tiny thing, and this
is the new one.
It is different. Well, I guess this one has the springs on both sides.
But it is massive. Look at those springs compared to those little tiny springs.
Oh, this one has 6. This one has 8. So
I guess, but look,
still
twice the size.
And they have ones inside too.
And inside.
They have 2 inside on these. These are not.
Yeah,
So same amount of springs, actually.
Yeah. Just a hell of a lot bigger. Well, we'll see what happens. We're gonna put it together and
This is actually.
let it have it.
This is for like a 255 or
Actually,
280. Oh, you did say that already? Okay.
Right.
Alright, so I'm just taking this. This thing does not have an air compressor anymore. So we are removing this tank. I think you have these bolts on your side. Do I? Okay. These right here.
That one on the ground.
Oh my god, Chris.
The big 4 big ones over there on the ground. No, big ones.
4. I mean, these are. You sure they're not these?
No.
Yeah. 4 big ones. You suck. Oh, there's 4 down here. You still suck, but. Okay. Where are the ones for the back?
I have them in the cab.
Oh, okay.
Andreas took these off. I took the ones out and I put them in the back.
Okay. I need 15 and a 16, looks like. We needed all our hands, so we just put this cover on. I'm holding up the bottom part of this guard. Christop's putting a couple nuts in. They broke off one of these bolts. Right? Can't see too much. Huh? Okay, we just welded that broken one back on. Okay. But Andreas took a lot of this off, and he's gone. So we just realized this plate right here goes on where this bolt is. So we probably gotta pull this panel back off. Or does that go on before even the?
It might.
Before the shaft?
No, it doesn't go on before the shaft. It's the shaft. But this has to go on. I just don't know which side it goes on.
You got 2 bolts on my side?
Yeah, 2 bolts on both sides.
Okay.
It's just one side is closer than the other. So are those 2 bolts close or far?
This is far. We didn't show it, but we did just get that bracket in. That panel. 2 bolts. 2 bolts right there. He's putting a nut on the other side. He got one down there. Need to find a nut for that one right there.
Oh, you got one. Right there.
Where?
On top. Oh, you took it off. On top of the muffler.
Oh, it's right there. Okay. I was just saying, 8250 Massey, easiest tractor to split.
We did it a million times.
Yeah.
Well, I'm back while they're still doing this. They are putting the air cleaner on. My battery keeps dying. But it's almost all back together. To end the video, we just had it running. Hood's going back on. This crane makes this job so easy. Well, she's all done, so thanks for watching. Till the next one. Before I end the video here, I gotta add this in. Tim from Champlain Valley, he remembered there was an old kit you can buy to stop the rocks from going in. And it's just a rubber that mounts to that bolt, and here you gotta cut out a little bit of stuff. There's a little bit of antifreeze, we had a leak, but it makes so that there's no gap there anymore. I guess I can open the hood to show it a little better. You gotta cut some stuff out. Like we cut the dipstick out so it didn't hit no more, but closes this up a lot more. We have front linkage hoses, so we had to cut some out there. But this will definitely help. It won't ever stop it because there's a little bit of a hole in the back, but that's sealed up pretty good. So it's definitely gonna minimize this ever happening again to us. And we'll just have to maybe check it every now and then in our lifetime when we think about it again. But thanks, Tim.